the fast 5 things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly, it's the toast. I sound amazing.
Welcome back to the Turst. Happy worst. Oh no, is it Tuesday? It's Wednesday.
Worst.
Happy worst.
With Turst and Jerst.
And that's our episode. Thank you so much for listening. Love you. Bye.
Do the ads.
Just do the ads. And that's kind of like all you needed to hear. Happy Turst. It's the Turst with Jerst and Kirst.
And we're the worst.
No.
No. Actually, we have a lot to do today because the Summer House episode that was going to break the internet premiered last night. And I know we were all disappointed because it wasn't the greatest episode of television that I ever saw. But I do understand like why Andy uttered the words that he uttered. Unfortunately, they just had an effect that was so much bigger than what the episode actually was. But last night's episode really does make the West Amanda Ciara situation so much worse. Like,
yeah, there are people who say, like, that's your situationship from 2 years ago. But I think if you've been watching, even with half an eye, it's, like, so clear Ciara is still in love with West. Even this summer, even before this scene. So, like, I didn't need that. Like, I understood the depths of this betrayal. But, yeah, maybe there were some, like, people out there who needed to see that.
No, and the fact that now we're seeing them get on the right foot. We're seeing all of the love between them. Like, in the final conversation, like, they're just crying. And they just, like each other so much as friends. And for her, definitely more. But that's not a possibility. And the fact that Amanda is the middleman. She's on the fucking FaceTime while he's apologizing. She's the one telling him to apologize. And that is what's so crazy, that it's her. The Weston Ciara situation is the situation. It's so crazy that it's her.
So I think I interpreted Andy's hype as just having to do with like Amanda being weird, and she didn't even come. So like that's why I was just immediately sort of like, okay, we've been Alan Cummings. It was a good episode. It was a great episode of Watch What Happens Live too. I don't know if you watched it with Jesse Solomon.
Oh my god, and Kristen Cavallari. Of course I ship. Like she can't literally walk into a room with a man without a ship following behind.
Guess I'll start being me. I have a lot of thoughts. Ben and I watched it. We'll get into it. I'm sure that's a story,
I'm
right?
The first story so we can sort of get it off our chest because that's sort of like what's weighing heavily on me today.
I also watched Jeopardy. I don't know if you know, but like there's a guy. I'm like late to it. Like I haven't been on my Jeopardy game, but I heard all the buzz. He's like on his 27th win and he's now in 5th place, like behind Ken Jennings of most times won and most amount of money. He's at like over $750,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very cool. You know what I watched a little bit of last night? I did something crazy last night.
You watched a little bit of...
You will never guess.
Really?
Unless you know like what happened to come on after Watch What Happens Live last night.
Rory?
No.
What?
I'm a little embarrassed.
That you watched...
Beyond the Villa.
It was on Bravo?
It was on Bravo last night on cable. Beyond the Villa, the like Love Island.
I know.
Show.
Like,
and it was like all of my people were there.
Right. We were heavily involved in the most recent season of
like
Love Island.
Iris, Pepe, TJ, Hannah, Taylor.
So I saw like that one. I picked Clark. I saw that one clip of like really painful to watch. Like genuinely, I'm thinking of filing a class action lawsuit for like the brain cells and just like the time I had to spend watching that clip of Hannah coming in, loser, you're such a loser, where she like comes in to like argue with Pepe. It was just painful and like this
like really shut her down.
Yeah, and like didn't
she could say was loser. It was painful. It was interesting because like at one point so many, and weirdly the people who are on the show are kind of my faves, like TJ and Iris. Charlie, Jeremiah, Hannah. And so I'm watching the show and like this show was the Love Island this summer and the summer before like were the biggest shows that ever happened, ever, never, ever. And now you literally can't pay people to watch Beyond the Villa.
I know, and I don't know why it has like the most sad sort of vibe to it, because at a time, and you know what, like I feel like Clark and Taylor never got their sort of flowers. Like they are one of the last remaining couples. And yeah, he was like, you know, so mean to Alandria, but like, I'm sorry, he chose love and he's still with her. So again, these are people who deserve to be followed and like have their stories told, but like, I don't care.
No, and it's a great premise for a show. Like, let's follow the people who
Yes.
you all fell in love with and have millions of followers and they all live in LA and let's give them a... It's brilliant. I don't know why I don't want to watch it. I don't know why no one else wants to watch it. And I started watching it last night and I was like, no.
I think they need to quicken the turnaround time because, like, remember when people were getting sent home and they were like actively making TikToks and stuff while the show was still going on? Like, their star drops so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, and the second you get home, you just automatically, even if you were beloved, like, you automatically just become like a loser. And so now, 7 months later, however many months, like, we really don't care.
We don't. But I think they should keep doing the show because I think it's like makes a sense to do it.
It does.
It makes a sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know who's watching. So anyways, I got roped
I can't believe
into
you
that.
watch that.
I know. Well, it was just like on after Watch What Happens Live and I was puttering around.
I don't understand that they played it on Bravo.
Peacock.
Oh, it came up on Peacock after, you're saying.
Peacock. It's a Peacock show. And
I
sometimes
know.
shows on Peacock then
But they
air.
never played Love Island on Bravo. Like, it's
No,
just
but
weird.
It's all part of the family. So their cousins
Yeah, but
were
Love
on.
Island is not a Bravo show.
No. But their cousins were on.
It's weird.
It's like the niece and nephew of Bravo. And I don't know. I think they found the right audience in me, if there ever was going to be one. And it was funny. Zach was with me, and like he watched that Love Island, the end of it with us.
Season,
too.
yeah.
I don't even think he knew that that's who those people were, honestly.
I know, it's
He didn't
been
say
so
any-
long.
He didn't say anything.
I assume Nick and Andrea like are too good for the show.
Nick
Like,
is
they're
not
not
on
on
the
it.
show, nor is Orlandria. And neither of them are a part of Nicolandria. Is not a thing.
Yeah, I feel good about the fact that, like, when eventually, like in 5 years' time, when like they come out and share like it was a completely fake stage relationship, I will feel good knowing like I never bought into it and I wasn't afraid to speak my truth either.
I will never forget when Love Island was airing. That was when you were, in the beginning, you were on maternity leave. So I was doing like guest co-hosts in June. And Natalie Vial came on the show and she was watching Love Island too and recapping it. And I was telling her, do you know there's a group of people
Before Nick and Alandria even
I
got
said,
together.
Do you know there's a group of people who stan Nick and Alandria? And I showed her like some of the fan edits. We were on the floor, like how this could never happen. It was the most far-flung thing. And the fact that like that's the takeaway from the season is so
I know.
crazy.
And I am glad that like this farce of a relationship like gave us Alandria. Like I don't see Nick anywhere, which I'm grateful for. Like I don't need to see him. But she is like constantly elevating. She goes to fashion shows. She speaks on panels.
Being a part of Nicolandria is holding her back. One, in the sense that like ties her to like
Now.
Love Island. Yeah. And two, like I want her to be single and meet
I
someone
know.
of her caliber.
Yeah, the relationship definitely like was a launching pad for her, and that's fine. But we know it's not real, and like just cancel it so you can maybe like date someone.
Yeah, it must
like
be
famous.
It must be laundry being laundry.
It's lonely.
It's
in
lonely
Nicolandria.
being a part of Nicolandria. And not that I like him, but I feel bad for Nick too because he cannot smooch one girl while he's a part of Nicolandria because he will get ruined.
Yeah.
At least he's smart enough to know that.
That's true, but I feel like the benefits of being a part of this fake relationship are not nearly as great for Nick as they are for Alandria. So like, I don't know why he's still participating. Like, I
No,
do think they should just
I'm
call
sorry,
it quits.
being attached to like the most fabulous, greatest person to come off the show, like he's otherwise like just a random on Beyond the Villa. Like it's very good
Yeah.
for him, but like that's a man who's dedicated to his career and the hustle that he would forego really romance and sex, I would say, for 8 months for his career.
It's admirable. I love to see,
Wes Wilson
a
should
hustler.
try it.
Ugh, I just like, I hate him.
He should try that.
And it was so interesting watching Jesse on. He was being really open, and of many of the things that he said were like kind of groundbreaking. But one of the things that he said was that he's expecting Wes to be really defensive at the reunion, not coming groveling, eating shit, taking accountability, and he's really coming defensively about the timeline. And it's like, okay, so the first time he spoke out at the timeline. Jesse said like his number one topic is the timeline. He's getting his receipts in order. And that's like the least small. That's the smallest problem here. Nobody thinks that.
I'm operating in late Feb. Like nobody thinks that. I hate.
That's what Jesse said.
I hate when people go to the extremes like that, and they only address the most extreme allegations. And it's like nobody's over there. We're all over here. Let's talk about the thing. And I hope he comes in more defensive, because if he comes in with his like mumbling, contrite apology, I'm bad.
Yeah.
I'm bummed out that I hurt you. Like that's not interesting to watch. Like say with your chest, why'd you do what you did, and that you keep doing it.
And I guess like Amanda, they're taking different approaches. Like Amanda has like sat down with people, is apologizing, and like Wes is just sort of defensive. Guess he'll start.
Who'd she sit down and apologize to?
Jesse.
She did, or she texted him?
I think they sat down for coffee.
I saw like DeMaximo posting that they had sat down a while ago, but I thought that was when she lied to his face.
He had said, well, DeMaximo put together that was actually like the coffee in question.
The coffee of lying to the face.
No. The coffee of apologies.
Okay, well, let's get into the stories, because we're getting into the stories as we do.
Wait, anything else I just want to like talk about? Oh, I finally got my Coppers of Strangers Bell Burden, and I'll be starting it today. Like 5 days for a book on Amazon. That's insane.
Bell Burden.
What did I say?
I don't know. It sounded like Coppers of Strangers Bell Burden, which I knew what you meant.
That's not what I said. Roll the tapes.
No, maybe you said it something else, but it's like how Concrete Jungle Wet Dream Tomato sounds like Coppers.
Laurel Yanny.
Copper Strangers Bell Burden.
I got my copy of Strangers Bell Burden. And I'll be starting it this evening.
Yeah, you're going to have to get to it, because we got to recap it.
No, we got to recap it.
I'm sitting on my hands, but I can't be silenced much longer. But I actually am glad I've had some time to really ruminate on the book, because I feel like when I read it, I thought it was just a book.
Mm-hmm.
But then I saw my friend Erica like posted that she had read it, and she was like, I think this is a book that like most women need to read at some point in their life.
Oh, wow.
And I agree with that. Yeah. It's a cautionary tale. It's not just like a crazy story.
Right. Outlier.
It's a cautionary tale, and women should know that these things happen.
Okay.
So we look forward to you.
We look forward to you.
We should do a recap of it and like put on the redheads, just to like
sure
bump up the redheads.
Sure. You know I'm like kind of getting
itching. Okay, let's get into the stories then.
Yeah.
Without further ado, it is time for the Fast 5 stories that you do need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you need to know are brought to you by Skims. You've heard us say it, but we'll say it again. Skims is always changing the game when it comes to intimates. So everything that Skims comes out with is just truly the best. They make stretchy underwear, cute push-up bras, and they've done it again with their new cotton fabric that will truly change your life. So I actually recently decided to replace a bunch of my underwear. I feel like people don't do that enough. Like underwear is not meant to be with you forever. If you have underwear like still from high school, it's time to replace them. And if you want to invest in cotton pieces, I highly recommend the undies from Skims. And they just launched a new fabric, which is called Everyday Cotton. And it's really perfect. Everyone knows that Skims is the expert when it comes to comfortable underwear. And if you're looking to replace your top drawer, I highly recommend starting with the new Everyday Cotton undies, and then also the material they use to make like some of their scoop bras and different products too. The Everyday Cotton, favorite bras, underwears you will love. Cotton is so in, don't you find? Like we're wearing breathable. We're wearing cotton, don't you find?
I find.
And I love the Fits Everybody Scoop Bralette, which is like a really stretchy material. And then they recently came out with a new fabric in the same signature silhouette, but in Everyday Cotton. So if you're like loyal to cotton underwear or bras, I think that this drop is going to be for you. Shop Everyday Cotton and all of our favorite bras and underwear at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that the Toast sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. You can shop the Everyday Cotton and all of the best bras, underwears, and intimates at skims.com, skims.com. Today's episode of Toast is also brought to you by Little Spoon. Anyone who's a parent knows that feeding decisions are not a one-time thing. You're making them again and again and again, and too often the options out there when you're feeding a baby, a toddler, or a big kid just don't meet the standards of what you and your child want. So sometimes it feels like you have to trade something convenient for something healthy or something healthy for something convenient, and it's just really exhausting. It's so much work, whether I'm obviously in like the blends stage, but no matter what stage of feeding that you're in, Little Spoon is a great option. It's a trusted place to shop for meals and snacks for babies, toddlers, and big kids. And it's all made with real ingredients without having to rethink every choice or lower your standards. at developmental milestones. So Little Spoon shows up at your door, takes a big decision off your plate, and doesn't compromise what's important to you. So I'm obviously in the baby stage, and Little Spoon supports babies from the very first feed. They have baby cereal, baby blends, bites, spoons. It's all designed for the stage that babies are in, and it's tested like everything else for over 500 contaminants, including heavy metals. If you have a toddler, they've got biteables, which are cut to size, pinchable meals, making the transition feel really easy. And again, all tested for over 500 contaminants. They've got puffs and then things for the big kids stages too, like plates and heat to eat meals. They've got lunchers, which are nostalgic. And again, packed with good ingredients, over 10 grams of protein per meal. So you're just getting peace of mind at every stage. Feeding your kids doesn't have to be complicated. Little Spoon makes it easy with real, nutritionally balanced meals and snacks designed for every stage. Get 30% off your first online order at littlespoon.com/toast30 with code TOAST30. That's LITTLESPOON.com/toast30 with code TOAST30 for 30% off your first order. Today's episode is also brought to you by Nutrafol, the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's the #1 growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. So, Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested. So they don't offer a one-size-fits-all approach. At Nutrafol, they have multiple formulas for men and women. It's tailored to different stages of life, which can be connected to any sort of hair issues you're having. Obviously, I think a lot of us know, like, the different stages of womanhood, whether it's postpartum, menopause, can have a real effect on your hair health, but also, like, your environment, your diet. A change in diet can cause a hair issue. So they are going to give you a formula that really targets your root cause. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. You order it online, there's no prescription needed, and they've automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you on track. Plus, with a Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20% and get added perks to support your hair health journey. So let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off their first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com with our promo code TheToast. That's NUTRAFOL.com, promo code TheToast. Nutrafol, I think a lot of our listeners who are in the various stages of pregnancy, postpartum, it's like such a hard part of the journey, but it doesn't have to be. Check out Nutrafol, and we have a great offer when you use promo code TheToast, THETOAST. Today's episode is also brought to you by Yasso. Let's talk about just like the challenge of being a girly, you know, a girly swirly who wants a frozen treat, maybe a little dessert. Maybe you want to do something that's a little better for you. And so many times, like, those better for you treats just don't satisfy the craving. They don't taste that great. And it just feels like a trade-off. And Yasso has fixed that entirely. They are my go-to, no matter, even if I'm like trying to be good or not, I am always shopping Yasso. I've had their products in my house forever. Their Crunch bars are so good. The Poppables, they have ice cream, like frozen sandwiches, and they have a new product called the Spoonable, which is creamy frozen Greek yogurt. It's very rich, indulgent, and it feels really balanced. They come in 5 flavors, which is chocolate chip cookie dough, cookies and cream, fudge brownie, mint chocolate chip, and coffee chocolate chip. They're all so good. Each one has around 400 calories, 19 grams of protein per container. So it feels really satisfying and like a full treat. You're not left just feeling empty. They also have the bars, which I love, the chocolate crunch bars, sandwiches, Poppables, whatever your vibe is, they have an option. And they're running a huge giveaway right now where they're giving away over 40,001 actually, of the new Spoonables, which is amazing. So definitely take advantage of that. I'll tell you how. You can find the new Spoonables at grocery stores near you. I highly recommend trying them. Great thing just to have in the freezer for, you know, for mahjong, for a lonely night, watching Summer House. Visit yasso.com/toast to enter and upgrade your freezer. That's yasso.com/toast to enter the giveaway and find full giveaway details, rules, and regulations. That's yasso.com/TOAST.
Thank you, TURT.
You're welcome.
JURT. Our first story is a Summer House recap because
Yes.
we got a lot of information from last night's episode and from Watch What Happens Live with Jesse Solomon. So in last night's episode, Ciara and West vowed to be best friends again. And Amanda confronts West about disrespecting Ciara.
So, yeah, the conversation at the end, I think, was what Andy was referring to, because I guess if you wanted to be a naysayer up until this point, you could have just said, like, well, yeah, what Amanda did, like, wasn't the best, but this is somebody who Ciara dated for 6 months, 2 years ago. Like, we need to move on. But if you've been watching, like, it's so clear that Ciara is so hung up on him, which just makes living in a house with him so much more complicated for her. She says, like, I really wish I hated you. Like, it just would make my life so much easier, but she doesn't. And he did this really bad, like, thing, and he really hurt her, and she doesn't know how to move on, because they did sort of, like, end abruptly. They weren't, their relationship, like, wasn't over. He just decided, like, he wanted to be famous and, like, pop hot pussies at the watch parties. And so everything that they were like building together just came crumbling down so quickly. So it left her without any closure, with all these feelings that she has sort of refused to acknowledge. I just think if you're watching, it's quite obvious. And I feel like last night was the first time that they ever spoke, like in a real way, and where she was able to acknowledge those feelings and just sort of let her walls down. It was heartbreaking. Like, it was so sad.
It was sad to watch, especially because he obviously likes her, but can't stop being himself enough to just like, give her and be for her who he would need to be. Like, but the idea, I mean, now I don't ship them at all, but if we're just recapping the episode, like at the time, like, why is going out for him and like being with these randos and going to watch parties like more attractive to him than like being with a person that he considers his best friend, who's so gorgeous, who likes him so much, and like they had the best time together 2 summers ago? Like, how could a person be so stupid?
I know. I think maybe at this point he doesn't feel it's an option, even though like she literally can't talk to him or about him without crying. It's so clear that there are so many feelings there.
But also
that,
it seems like going forward, things are about to like head back into sort of romantic territory.
Oh.
The preview for next week, someone's saying like Ciara and West are like best friends again, you know, and it's only a hop, skip, and a jump from that to romantic partners. And that sort of gives credence to the rumors that they had hooked up in the fall or even in the winter before Amanda and West, because I do see how now we're marching down that path.
And I do see, if that's the case, how like then both of their, up until this point, what Amanda did to Ciara is worse than what West did to Ciara. But if that's true, if they do connect, whether it's hook up or just like explore the possibility of something, his crime is just as big as Amanda's and he deserves just as much hate.
Yeah. So I think it's going to get worse for him, but it also is simultaneously getting worse for her as she continues to be the person in between the two of them, like demanding that he treat her better, letting her know that he's not good enough for her. He's not good enough for her, but he's good enough for you.
And it's just funny in hindsight because obviously we could.
What do you think of yourself then?
Well, we know that she has like severely low self-esteem because of the behavior she accepts from her own husband. But you do sort of look at Kyle now in a different light, where he was like, if he had said this before we knew, I would be like, oh, he's such a fucking asshole. When he was like, oh my God, I'm finally having fun in the summer house. Like, I'm so happy I feel so late. And why is it? Oh, because my bitch wife's not here. Like, if he didn't say bitch wife, he just said because Amanda's not here. If he had said that before, I'm like, this fucking guy. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Like, she is this sort of drag dark cloud. And yeah, that's a bummer. Summer should be fun. Summer should be fun.
Yeah, it's so crazy how like just context can change what someone's saying. Even last week, and he was complaining like she only wants to hang out with other people. She doesn't hang out with me. Before West Mandival, we were like, shut up. And
well, who want to hang out with you? You suck.
We're like, wait, that's wrong. You should be giving attention to your husband.
Yeah, and Jesse said on Watch What Happens Live,
just the eternal truth there, you know?
I think it's probably both.
Not everything can just be like ping pong
flipped
based on
I think
going on.
The truth is somewhere in the middle of like her version and his. Like, he's a bad husband and she's a dreadful wife.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying like who's right in the situation, but I'm like, like when he was saying those things before, it was like, no, she should be with her friends. But like, should a person be with their friends or with their husband?
Both. Yeah. Like, it shouldn't have to be a trade-off.
It really shouldn't be that like difficult to be in a house with your husband and your friends and like everybody feel like you like them.
Andy asked Jesse how Kyle was doing, and he was like, you know what? He was doing fine, but he's actually getting angry now because the Yankee game thing, it's like, it's just so disrespectful, which I thought was interesting. Jesse was answering a lot of questions. His energy, I found it a very strange episode. I was wondering if anybody else felt this way. First of all, I think Andy hates Kristen Cavallari.
Really?
I just got that vibe. Yeah, he was in one of his moods and he was like coming in and out of the mood, but then she said something like, so all the questions I felt bad for Kristen Cavallari because it was such a big summer house night and she like is familiar and she was giving her takes and she has great personality, but like there were no questions for her. Like, and she was just like being like a Bravo person. And so all the questions that were for her were about celebrities who have slid into her DMs. There must have been 5 different questions from the audience, from Andy. And she's like, oh, you put me on the spot. Like, I don't know. Like, she would have to have like research. And so one of the things,
even
like,
though I knew the answer for her, a celebrity who slid into her DM that she turned down, Bobby Flay.
Okay, I think what she was talking about was John Mayer. Because then she was like, oh, I mean, Andy, like, you know. And he was like, I could tell he just like hated that she said that. And I thought by that she meant John Mayer.
Oh,
Like it was
I
just
felt like an answer to. I feel like probably a lot of people have slid into her DMs that she has turned down, and I know for that one of those people happens to be Bobby Flay. She told us that once. So, like, I was like, oh, there's an answer. But she obviously, sometimes you just can't think off the top of your head.
Of course. And they didn't tell her in advance that, like, these were the questions. They should have.
Ultimately, all of the questions were about, like, men that she slept with and wants to or didn't and blah, blah, blah. And she did not name one name the whole episode. So I'm sure that was frustrating for Andy. But very frustrating for her that that's all she's asked
It's
about.
a little reductive.
It really is.
I thought she handled it really well. She was also asked about, like, Spencer for mayor. But, like, it really wasn't about her. And so I think she did as good of a job. I just got the vibe that Andy really didn't like her, especially with that John Mayer thing.
I didn't get that vibe. But I was getting a vibe from Jesse, like a sad vibe. Did you get that?
So yes, he was so defeated. Ben was like very moved by the episode. He was like, I feel like I want to reach out to Jesse Solomon.
I feel like he should. That would be a good friend for him.
And because then people were asking him about like his music, and he's like, yeah, everyone teases me. Like, and I just felt bad. Like, I think that he also was asked about the state of his relationship with Wes, and he was like, listen, Wes has been a really good friend to me. So he's not just like dropping him, but he's being really honest. But he's also being really honest that he's mad.
Yeah.
He wants an apology. He has not gotten one. He was lied to so much. He said that like all the boys went to brunch, and like how Ciara sort of figured it out, like her womanly intuition. A lot of them did. They were not even being like
subtle.
Yeah. All the boys went to brunch. Jesse found out that Wes went to brunch after the brunch with Amanda, and he only found out because him and Jesse and Kyle were like out at a bar, and they ran into Amanda and Wes.
That's so crazy. Not to mention the fact that like people could see them out and like know who they are. And also Amanda, Jesse, and Wes were all in Miami at one point randomly, and
they went to dinner without Jesse.
Amanda and Wes went to dinner without Jesse, and at first he was offended, but now he understands. But no, the vibe I got from him definitely, like, I think he's in a weird spot of like needing to like condemn his friend, but that is also his friend, but his friend has betrayed him, and so those feelings. But it seems like he's been like a little beat down by the fans and by like.
I think he's getting a lot of hate, and to be clear, like I believe that he did not know that this was happening, and I think he already gets like a lot of like kind of like lighthearted hate about his music, and now it's just like everything piling on him. He's like going on this like 16 city tour for his music, and like people are just being mean to him. I actually felt bad for him.
Yeah, I feel like he's not even. Maybe he is, but I feel like not even so much hate for Wes Mandeville. And if he is, like that should end right now because he didn't know anything, and he literally has nothing to do with his friend's bad decision. And I appreciate him actually like standing by his friend, not completely turning on him. Like I actually think that that's the right thing for him to do. But I just feel like he's getting a lot of hate just like for him as a person. And it seemed like it was also already getting to him. And I feel like when he came on this show, like he worked in finance. He was like the coolest. Like the first episode, you just thought he was like the most handsome, cool. Like, oh my gosh, who's going to date Jesse? And now he's just kind of like a joke. And he's
like the Joker of the show for real.
I don't know. I was having one of those moments of like, people shouldn't do reality TV. Like it really ruins your life. Like you think it's amazing and you're so like, and I think he's had so much fun with a lot of the fame, but like, it's not all it's cracked to be. It's giving like Secret Lives and Mormon Wives. Even Ciara and Wes, like when they're crying, talking about how the fans are pitting them against each other.
It's so much fueled by the fans.
They like can't even function. They don't even know how they feel about each other because they open their phone and the world is turning you against this person. It's a very weird way to live. And I think ultimately it's not worth it.
I completely agree. I want to say one thing about the episode last night, and I know like Ciara can do no wrong. She's a queen. But she did something that pissed me off. Her and Mia, when they like pulled KJ to the side.
1,000%.
And we're like, we're just going to check in. Like, are you moving really fast? I feel like KJ and Dara have really given nobody any reason to doubt them. Like, and it's also not moving fast. I hate when people are like, oh, we're not going to sleep with other people and we're going to get to know one another. That's not moving fast. No. And it was the same thing with Jesse and Lexi. And it's like, ugh, I'm such a Lexi truther. But like, it's the same exact thing. Like nobody's making such a big spectacle of it. But the fact that he was even made a conversation like actually pissed me off.
Not only that they went to KJ, which I thought was like so rude. And I do feel like they see like KJ as a little brother. So it's not like when they went to Jesse about Lexi, because that was all like people who are literally like sitting on his lap and rubbing butts. Like,
it's very familial.
It was definitely like totally platonic. But first in the car, they said like she shares her good news and they're like, don't you think you're moving a little fast? Like, first of all, no. When did they meet each other? 4 or 5 weeks ago? 4 or 5 weeks of intentionally dating, like every other night seeing that person. Like, yeah, at that point, ask me to be your girlfriend or what the fuck are we doing?
I completely agree. I have
to say that in the car,
problem.
I did not like that. And I thought it was wrong from like from especially Mia initiated, and she's like my fave, but you know,
me too.
It happens. And then that they went to KJ
happens.
and planted these things in his head. When men, you know, Dara's, you know, women are stalwart and we know what we want, but
that's all it takes.
You say that to him and he's like clams up. Even the other time when Lindsay told him something that someone Daly said about Ben, and then like he's treating Dara differently. Like, you don't fuck with someone's relationship like that. What are you doing?
I agree. And while I believe it came from a good place, like it was so not supportive. And I don't feel like the two of them are acting anyway but responsibly. Like, I don't know what the problem is.
No, and I can understand with Jesse and Lexi, if it's every week you come out and there's a new drama, and then we hear that you're exclusively dating, we're going to have some questions because there's been drama. These two are so worry-free, and knowing that they're dating today, like they're obviously right for each other, even if it doesn't work out, like in this moment, they're right for each other and they know what they want. Like, I hated that and was giving like Carl and Lindsay and everyone just like with them moving too fast. Like, seriously, stop with that. And you know, people around here, they're kind of grown. It's time to make haste.
Agreed. Oh, when they went to the medium, and the medium was talking about like Mia having a daughter, like I was crying. Like I was actually sobbing. I kind of need like a Mia spinoff. Like I heard a brother, like something. I just like. It's very hard for me to get on board with like a new cast member's personal storyline. I just find it like I need to really know you before I care. But with her, like, Ben was getting like a little choked up too. Like it was really
very emotional from the jump.
Yeah.
She's been such a value add to the show.
Yeah.
I think like she's here to stay.
1,000%.
And I need her. And Levi. By the way, Levi looks like Olivia Rodrigo.
Levi looks like Olivia Rodrigo. Where was Levi? I haven't seen her in like 3 episodes.
I know. I saw her in a flashback. I was like, Olivia Rodrigo.
I like Bailey. Like, I really do. I hope she stays. She? Bailey was there.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was like killing
3 girls.
She was killing the fly in the living room with Carl. You don't remember?
That wasn't from like the previous weekend or something?
No.
But they said there was 3 girls this weekend. Ciara, Mia, Dara. I feel like Bailey wasn't there.
I saw Bailey there. She was wearing like a chainmail dress.
Maybe.
But I think the episode spanned over 2 weekends.
It did. It was like a weekend and in the city.
Like a Sunday.
The dog event, which they totally added back in for the
re-edit. Because how uninteresting.
No, and they like wanted to show that lingering hug. Also on Watch What Happens Live, Andy was doing his Watch What Happens 5 at the end or whatever, and it was like 5 reasons why this episode was so cringe for Covers of West Mandival. Did you see this?
No, I must have fall asleep. Like I didn't.
And he's like, so he's reading through all the 5 things that were like really shocking to watch in this episode, given what we know now. And like, I don't know why towards the end, it was like he hated every minute of what he was saying. And I feel like not because he hates his job, but I feel like he felt like it was a little bit too schadenfreude and like they were like capitalizing too much on like the Ciara heartbreak, and he felt like sort of sad. And he, as he's reading these words, he's like literally wants to stop reading them, and he's like looking around like, who fucking wrote this?
Jagged, I'm telling you, last night was a weird episode. Like if you're in tune with like Andy Cohen's fluctuating moods, yesterday was because there were like high highs and really low lows. Like sometimes he just doesn't even listen to the guest's response.
On Zoom was asking a question. And
she and she was so
to make a little joke, and then Jesse joked back with her, and Andy like got visibly frustrated, and Jesse gave it to him a little bit. He was like, "Come on!" Like he was just a little bit like, what's the big fucking deal?
No, Andy was like seriously on his period last night. Like he was so moody.
We should do another podcast where we watch What Happens Live every night, and then the next day just like talk about how Andy was.
Yeah, some of it is predictable. Like when there's really big stars, like he's never going to act like that. He reserves that for like reality stars and his own Bravo celebrity people. And some nights he's just like in a good mood. I think some nights he drinks and that like always lifts his spirits, but most nights he doesn't. And like the man is super like hardworking. He does the radio in the morning and he's a full-time, working parent. And like I feel you, but like you can't be so rude. Sometimes he's so rude.
He was really rude in that moment with the person on Zoom who was like, she made a little joke. Jesse made a little.
She was adorable.
We were just like conversing. Like you just have to like let it flow. And okay, so maybe you don't get to ask another question before the commercial break, but like it is what it is.
And you don't even want to ask a question before the commercial break, so just leave it alone.
You don't want to ask a question.
Guess I'll start.
I do think Ben should reach out to Jesse.
He literally said that he was going to like DM him.
I think they would be good friends.
And I think Jesse needs just like a bunch of like good, loyal like people around him.
Yeah. Yeah, bummer.
Well, he needs to also write another. I thought it was going to be like a seasonal thing where he did "What Would Jesse Solomon Do?" Like I thought we'd get one every season.
Oh yeah, but now like everyone makes fun of his singing and like he just doesn't feel like himself.
Oh, stop! They've sort of beat it out of him.
They have.
I'm sad.
Yeah, no, it's like kind of sad.
No, if you watch last night's episode of Watch What Happens Live, like he was defeated. Like he was visibly like shrunken. Mm-hmm. It was sad.
Our next story is some more reality TV news because Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but they are filming. They will resume their season 5 production without Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and Dakota. People magazine reports. A lot of people reported production's back up. No Taylor, no Dakota. But of course, Taylor commented on People magazine's post
Instagram
saying, interesting. That's not the call I got.
So Hulu is having their Get Real, you know, the event that it's like their upfronts that we saw on Love Thy Nader and on Secret Lives, where they make a lot of new announcements. We always hear about new shows, premiere dates. We see trailers. It's like a big, so that I think is today in LA. Lots of rumors swirling. You know, people think, and this just might be like, but I've heard it now twice from 2 separate places, that they're going to announce that they will be releasing Taylor, Frankie's, Paul's season of The Bachelorette because she's sort of been vindicated legally.
I
would be shocked.
I just want to say, like, I'm here for it.
But we read the spoilers.
But we read that's true. That's true. What do you think? Are you here for it?
I think that they're not going to do it. It was such a big decision. You can't backtrack on it. Like you just can't.
But where did you hear it? What are the 2 places that you heard it?
Like Twitter and TikTok, like from 2 separate corners.
Like Dimwalks and ND.
No, not like someone I know in the industry. No, it was giving rumor, but just putting it out there just in case it's true.
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm like, I feel like I would be into that.
In terms of Salama, with or without Taylor, like it's still a good show. And I don't know, I'm kind of down to like tone it down a little bit. Like it doesn't have to be so crazy. Like I just liked the show in the beginning.
No, and it's like I like
when
the
they were
drama
fighting about
and,
like brand deals.
Who's not following
and
who, not like all
not
this
this
stuff.
It stopped being fun.
Yeah.
So if Taylor's filming, like fine, but I don't need her there, honestly.
Yeah, I just
like the show used to be simple,
I
you know.
Feel sorry for her.
I know.
And so if she,
but I don't.
If the Bachelorette doesn't need to come out, and I guess at this point it's kind of irrelevant, even though she's like flirting with Doug in the comments,
right?
But so no Bachelorette, no Dancing with the Stars. If she's not back on Slamu, like, where does her life go from here? Though I do think she's a very wealthy woman.
I think her life goes up. Like I don't know if she's in a place where she would turn down any opportunities because it's so addicting, right? The money, the fame, the attention. She is like the big dog in the group. Like I get it. And she's posting a lot about her healing journey. And like a person who is like genuinely interested in healing would say no.
Yeah, that's true. She might be better off if she doesn't do it. Whether
she can maybe come back in 2 years. But like, I really think this has not been like a good fame has not been good for her. And like, it's okay to say no to stuff. Like it really is. People like don't say no to stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that like she really just needs to focus on like herself and her family.
When they stopped filming and the girls called it off, it was because they said there was a lot more that they had learned that like they didn't want to film anymore. And we were sort of waiting for that shoe to drop.
The girls are so wishy-washy. They said that, and then on Call Her Daddy, Jesse was like riding for Taylor.
Well, no,
like they
Jesse
don't know what they
think.
think.
Jesse didn't say that, but it was like Miranda.
Oh yeah, Layla.
Chase.
Yeah.
So that never happened. And when we thought there was more, I was like, okay, well, she can't film. If this just keeps getting worse, like, no, like we're done with this person. But if she's been sort of like vindicated and there's nothing else.
It's just so heavy. Like she brings a heaviness that I'm actually just not really interested in watching on reality TV. Like the show in the beginning was so silly and fun, and it was cool to see the life of these influencers and the brand deals, and like the drama was good. You kissed, whatever. But like now, like it's not fun anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. But I wonder what
I'm excited for that Hulu event.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have like any new shows. Maybe we'll get a Love Thy Nader season 2
I wonder
premiere
if
date.
Thy Naders are going to be there because like they're in the
I think they are. No, they're back.
They're back?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I wonder what they learned and what they contributed to science.
Hopefully it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wonder if Hulu has any new shows.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I love the Hulu Get Real. It's a fun time of year.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story?
3?
Number 3.
Yes.
Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi have been dating for months, apparently, thanks to Kylie. So Kendall and Jacob sparked dating rumors when they were spotted making out and all over each other at Coachella. But apparently they've been dating for 2 months, according to a Daily Mail report, which was published on Tuesday. A source told the outlet that Kylie was actually the one who played matchmaker for her and Jacob. Quote, Kylie was around Jacob a lot during Timothy's award season marathon because Jacob was nominated for Frankenstein. And Timothy was nominated for Marty Supreme. Kylie liked him and thought he would be good for Kenny. So she was like, girl, get on it. Date this guy already.
Okay, cute. Even though I'm like not inspired by this relationship. I just think like they actually are twins. Like from the back.
No, their faces, not even from the back, from the front.
Everything, like their height, their hair color, their eyes, like their bodies, like they're both like tall and skinny. Like I'm not inspired by this choice, but I do feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but I would feel like Timothy and Jacob Elordi like wouldn't like each other. Don't you feel they probably go out for the same roles?
Oh,
and like are competitive with one another?
Maybe. And maybe Jacob is like that and petty, but I don't think that Timothy is. I think Timothy like believes, and to the point that he knows that he's on such another level. I don't think he is jealous. I don't think he competes. I don't think he like looks at other people like that. I think he's like so self-assured and confident. Jacob might act that way, but I do think
I feel like they both position themselves as like the actor of their generation, you know, the Brad Pitt.
But like there's Brad and George and Matt and Ben.
Right.
I think there's room for all of them. And I think that Timothy firmly believes that. I think that Jacob has to tell himself that every morning.
In the mirror.
when he says his affirmations.
Yeah, like Timothy Chalamet's not better than me. Timothy Chalamet's not better
great.
than me. There's room for me and Timothy.
Actor.
There's room for me and Timothy. Well, obviously, like looking forward to next award season, I need them to continue dating just until then so we can get like the 4 of them at the Golden Globes and things like that.
And even though like it's not the most interesting pairing, like what would be interesting to me is like if this is a serious relationship. I'm kind of like rooting for that, you know, for Kenny. Like what if this is her big one?
Jacob Elordi is like a serial monogamist.
Yeah, so is she kind of. She has like
she
likes boyfriends.
Yeah. And so he's not like, I mean, maybe he's a philanderer on the side, but like as far as we know, he gets into very long-term relationships. Even Olivia Jade was like 3 years.
Yeah, so I think that if they want to get serious, my ears are perked up for that.
Yeah, it's just like it doesn't bode well, at least for me, because it just feels like the same like young Hollywood circle jerk, Austin Butler, Kaya Gerber, like the same 4 people all just swapping partners every year.
Yeah, but if one of them wanted to get engaged, married, and or have a child, I'm all ears.
Oh, of course, if they want to take to the next level.
Even that goes for Austin Butler, Olivia Jade.
Where in the world is Austin Butler?
Around here, there, everywhere.
Did he ever make another movie after Elvis?
Yes, no, Claudia, he's in like a lot of stuff that just we don't see.
Dune.
So he knows Timothy then.
I'm telling you, the young Hollywood circle jerk continues.
He was in The Carrie Diaries. He was in Eddington.
I want to talk about The Carrie Diaries. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I've been actually like waiting for the right time. The Carrie Diaries was a 2-season prequel to Sex and the City on CW. Mm-hmm. It starred Anna Sophia Robb as a young Carrie Bradshaw. And Austin Butler played like the cool boy at school who like liked Carrie despite her curly hair. It was literally the best show. You had to sort of suspend the connection to
Sex and the City
because it was not Carrie at all. But every time they felt like they were sort of distancing themselves too much from Sex and the City, they would make her go to New York and be like, I love Manhattan. And then she would go back to Connecticut. Like, yeah, it was such a good show. Justice for that motherfucking show. You know, I went to college with Anna Sophia Robb, and she was at NYU the same time as me.
And were you friends?
No, there were a couple of like celebrities at NYU. The Cole and Dylan Sprouse twins. They were everywhere, always bopping around. They were like always at the library and stuff. And then Anna Sophia Robb, of course. And I believe at the same time Emma Stone started grad school there, but I never saw her at like the library or anything.
Grad school.
That was a cool part. Like being at NYU like was genuinely one of the worst experiences of my whole life. But the proximity to like lots of celebrities was an underrated part of it. And you know, everyone at NYU was like so alt, right? Like blue-haired energy. Like they hated celebrities. Meanwhile, I was like spending my entire time there like hunting down the famous people who were my fellow students.
And you like didn't make one friend of a celebrity.
Oh, of a celebrity? No, but I made one friend, period.
One friend. Sorry, I wasn't like, you didn't make one celebrity friend.
I mean, define celebrity. Because I was friends with myself.
Sprouse.
You know, I didn't make any like long
Cami
term.
Mendez, right? She went to NYU.
Oh, was she there at the same time as me? I don't think so. I know, because Riverdale was after I graduated, so I wouldn't have known.
Oh, no, you wouldn't have known. No, you wouldn't have known.
You know, I'm sure there are people there like me who weren't famous at the time,
Like
who are
you.
famous now, like Lady Gaga. But I'm talking about people who were pre-established celebrities who then like decided to go to college.
Yes. Oh, by the way, to answer your question, Austin Butler, according to IMDb, has 8 projects coming up, and one of them is the American Psycho remake, which he is starring in, and also a Lance Armstrong movie. I guess he's playing Lance.
I love that.
Yeah. So he's got 8 things. So I think Miami Vice.
You know, I met Lance Armstrong.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I kind of have a crazy story, but I don't think I could say it.
Okay, don't say it. See if we care.
Okay, I'll say it.
See if we care.
You know, he's a nice guy. Give like freaky vibes, you know?
So which one is it?
Both.
Do you want to tell us? Please tell us.
No,
Claudia.
no, I don't want to.
Please.
I don't want to.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice guy. Nice guy.
Our next story, Devil Wears Prada, little news on some cameos that got cut.
Oh wait, sorry. You can't you can't do that.
I can't tell you about the cameos that got cut.
Because it's the cameos that got cut that are brought to you by booking.com, booking.yeah.
That makes sense.
So let's talk about travel. You know, I feel like travel, it's not always easy. Imagine you're traveling with 3 toddlers, 2 grandparents, a nap schedule, all the rules. That's obviously like where we're coming from. But like perhaps like you're a young family sitting on a bachelorette party, the girls get stranded. Like there's a million ways that travel can go wrong, but there's also a million ways that travel can go right. And that's where booking.com comes in. They offer a wide array of hotels and vacation rentals across the U.S. so you can find exactly what you're booking for. So there's something for everyone, even those who are impossible to please. Whether you're booking for yourself, your partner, picky teenagers, a bachelorette party, a girls trip, a swirls trip, you can find exactly what you're booking for. They have tons of different options on U.S. domestic stays, which I love. I feel like I'm always looking for new places to go. I feel like I have the battle of going on vacation, like figuring out where to go. And then, you know, obviously different trips require different things. These days I'm like very much like needing a kitchenette. You know, I'm needing more of a home rental than a hotel. If it's just me and Ben, we're looking for, you know, sexy vibes, swim up bar, whatever you're booking for. Booking.com has everything that you need to get a party trip up and off the ground. Because there's one thing about like, you know, talking about a trip, but it's another to take the group trip like out of the group chat. That's a huge accomplishment. And Booking.com can help you with that. So find exactly what you're booking for. It's Booking.com. It's Booking.yeah. You can book today on their site, which is, of course, Booking.com, or in their app, Booking.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by Vanderpump Villa. Vanderpump Villa is back, and this season it heads to the English countryside of Rosecroft Park, a new playground for luxury, indulgence, and plenty of chaos, all under the watchful eye of Lisa Vanderpump. There's new and returning staff, along with fan favorite Stassi Schroeder. They are living and working together once again, serving high-end guests while navigating friendships, rivalries, temptation behind the scenes. This season comes with a twist because the villa has become a full-blown reality crossover event. So they've got guest appearances from The Bachelor, Love Island, of course we know The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and more. They turn every stay into its own unforgettable spectacle. So pour yourself something decadent because the drama and the tea will be served. The new season of Vanderpump Villa is now streaming on Hulu, and it has never been better. Today's episode is also brought to you by Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. So Pepsi girls, Cola girls, Pepsi has something new that we think you're going to love. It's called Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. It comes in 2 flavors. One is original cola and the other is cherry vanilla. It's got that great Pepsi taste, but now with even more to love. It has no artificial sweeteners, only 5 grams of sugar and just 30 calories, plus the 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. So if you're looking for a cola that delivers, you should check out Pepsi Prebiotic Cola because nothing beats that great Pepsi taste. And I love the original flavor because it tastes just like Pepsi. And you guys know, fun fact about me, I actually prefer Pepsi because the thing that matters to me most, beyond brands, beyond labels, is just taste. And yeah, that's right. I think Pepsi tastes better. It is a superior cola in my opinion. And so I love this new product. It has 3 grams of fiber, 5 grams of sugar, and just 30 calories. They also have no artificial sweeteners, which we love. So it tastes just like Pepsi, just with much more to love. I've tried it. I've loved it. The Pepsi Prebiotic Cola, definitely pick some up if you haven't already. And you can use our promo code 20prebiotic to get 20% off of Pepsi Prebiotic Cola on Amazon from now until May 30th. So go out, try Pepsi Prebiotic Cola today. That's 20prebiotic, the code 20prebiotic to get that 20% off the Pepsi Prebiotic Cola when you shop now on Amazon from now until May 30th. Go out and try Pepsi Prebiotic Cola today. Today's episode is also brought to you by Noble and their new all-day knit. It's your anywhere, everywhere shoe. So if you do a million things a day, whether it's, daycare, work, going for a run, and you don't want to carry a million shoes in your bag or your car, check out the Noble All Day Knit. It's such a great shoe. It's so pargy. It's like very aesthetic, like cool girl look, but you can also work out in it. You can also just be on your feet all day. You can go travel. You can go pick up. You can do X, Y, and Z and not have to change your shoes, which I think is really great. Noble's such a pargy brand. I feel like all the cool girls are wearing it. And the All Day is one of their best-selling shoes. It allows you to have one less decision in a long day because you know that it can handle anything your day throws at you. The All Day is true to its name because you really can wear them all day long. It's the most flexible shoe, so when your schedule changes last minute, they have you covered. You don't need to run home and change. If you have long days on your feet, the All Day is your go-to shoe. Long travel days, the All Day will keep you comfortable for long durations. Also, I think it's a great shoe. Ben got a pair for his dad. Anyone who just needs extra support in their feet, the shoe that you wear can just have a real impact on how you feel at the end of the day, and the All Day is a great option. So exclusively for Toast listeners, Noble is offering 35% off your first order. Go to nobleproject.com, use our code, it's DMTOAST for 35% off your entire first order. That's Noble Project, NOBULLPROJECT.com. Our code is DMTOAST. That's DM as in Dear Media, DMTOAST. That code will get you 35% off when you shop nobleproject.com.
Thank you, No Turt.
You're welcome, Jert.
Our next story, Devil Wears Prada cameos that got cut. So now that people have seen the movie, cameos that did and did not make it are being shared. So first, Sydney Sweeney was meant to be in the movie. She was being she was playing herself, dressed by
of course,
Emily Blunt's character, and they wound up cutting it out of the movie. They said it was too clunky and hard to cut out, but that they did.
Oh, interesting.
Also, this is weird. An actor named Conrad Ricamora, he's from How to Get Away with Murder. He was meant to play Andy's roommate. And his cameo got cut, but it got cut because why would Andy have a roommate?
Oh no, I'm scared. I'm scared. I told you guys I am scared. This sequel is just important, and some of the things I'm seeing are promising, and some of the things I'm seeing are not. And then, also, justice for Hannah Berner. Don't you find it was literally confirmed. They're pages in the movie. Everyone's been talking about Paige in the movie, and it's Paige and Hannah are actually in the movie.
Oh, why did everyone say just Paige?
Because Paige was spotted on set. Hannah wasn't in the picture, so it just was just Paige. She's the fashion girl, so she'll be in the movie. But it was both of them.
That's funny. That's crazy that they're in the movie. And actually, Anna Wintour is not in the movie.
Good.
I think she's in a gag take and probably will be a bonus feature or whatever that.
On the DVD?
Yeah, because she went to the set one day and apparently she saw the flowers and she said Dior would never have those flowers, and they changed the flowers. They changed the flowers. They were too much volume and too pink. She was they would only have white flowers.
So I saw one scene of the movie. It's Andy gets an assistant. And I'm just scared. I'm just scared.
But it's really concerning that they would have her having a roommate.
Yeah, well, so I know, we pick up and Andy gets a job at Runway, which is so, unrealistic. I like my premise for the movie so much better. I know everyone's tired of hearing me say it, but mine was better. That she became a huge features writer for New York Magazine, and she got tasked with the job of profiling Miranda, and she has to shadow her for a month. So much better. Because the idea that Andy would ever, unless we find Andy, she's down on her luck and homeless, she would never go back to Runway.
She's home half.
Right. Because you would assume she was a young girl in her 20s. The movie came out when? 20 years ago?
20 years ago. She's in her 40s.
Right. So you would think and she was hustler, she was job. And that she finally left and she got a job at Boston Globe. It was supposed to be better for Andy.
Yeah. But also I think she was very cause driven. didn't she want to be writing?
Being cause-driven doesn't pay the bills. She was writing about the janitorial strike, remember?
Yeah, and she wanted to write about like happenings in the world. And so maybe like Runway has now a job for that, and that's her job, and she's able to.
Yeah, she's the head of features.
Yeah, where maybe they're cause-driven features.
It's giving How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days when like Andy Anderson wants to write about like the war in Afghanistan, not push-up bras.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, you work at Cosmo.
Yeah, but you know what? I think now they do.
Yeah, they do both now.
And I feel like maybe Vogue does, but like maybe it's just like a sign of the times. Like now it's just like very cause-driven, like less fluff and fashion.
Right. So again, I think the movie comes out Friday. I am going to see it. And I just want to reiterate, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm scared.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not scared.
And so I guess Stanley Tucci...
I can't live in fear,
So I guess Stanley Tucci still works at Runway, which is also like...
No, he would.
She'll pay me back. Maybe she does pay him back.
I think that he would. I think there are people that work that's like a job that you
you have forever.
leave.
Even if you get passed over for stuff.
Yeah, but like that you grow, like that's where you are.
Yeah, because there isn't like, and if you're in fashion, there's really nowhere to go like after that.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the Mecca.
Our fifth and final story, Reese Witherspoon is in some hot water over her support for AI. This is so weird.
People are just obsessed with being mad.
About AI.
About stuff in general, but yeah.
Like definitely about AI. Last week, Reese went viral for declaring that the AI revolution has begun. Well, I'm glad she let us know.
Well, no, she went viral because not only did she acknowledge that the revolution has begun, like thanks we know, she was encouraging women to like learn about AI so they don't get left behind.
Yeah, she said the jobs women hold are 3 times more likely to be automated by AI, yet women are using AI at a rate 25% lower than men on average. We don't want to be left behind. The post attracted some backlash with people pointing out the problems associated with data centers and intellectual property and accusing Witherspoon of being paid by AI companies to promote generative tools. So yeah, the way she posted just about like AI awareness, it was giving like paid by AI to make you aware of AI, but it was actually like not paid at all. She just sort of wanted to send it on.
I wasn't actually not getting the vibe at all that it was paid or in like a backhand endorsement of AI. I actually understood what she was saying. And it's like, yeah, we can all be like writing think pieces on AI, but it's coming. So you can either get on board or lose your job and like have no expertise. I actually thought it was like a helpful warning to women. And that's all she does is like women.
No, it was completely out of nowhere.
Well, no, she's a huge business owner, and like AI is a huge topic of conversation in Hollywood too.
Yeah, but it's a hot button issue. So to wade in when like no, and I'm not saying that she shouldn't wade in. And by the way, I don't really care what she said or like I genuinely don't care. I'm just saying like how it might have looked to people who like to care. Like she wades into this topic out of nowhere and seems to be like supporting automation when like her industry is really against it.
It's just happening.
We know that.
Yeah.
But just like that she's getting it all in on AI and like letting us know. I feel like people probably thought of it as a betrayal.
Okay, fine. So be it. I don't care. And yeah, you guys can fight it all you want. It is coming. So like, let's keep talking about how much we hate it, or let's like, work together.
Let's make a better stir fry,
Correct. Now, there were also conspiracy theories because, her company got acquired by a company that has a stake in a large controlling AI company. It's like AI, everyone in business has some sort of vested interest in AI. So I'm not down to theorize here. Like, I don't think she's like that. I actually think like she thought she was being helpful for women.
And I think she thought she was just like posting like something motivational for women, like as you do, like just like mindless women jargon that people like say online. Like,
woman stuff.
Did you know 25% of women are not? Like I don't think I think she just thought she was creating content for women and didn't realize she like stepped in on a minefield.
And then she released like another Instagram story being like, oh, had no idea everyone was going to be
but she
so perturbed.
To be clear, no one's paying me to talk about this. I'm just a curious human. My kids are learning about AI tools. I know a lot of founders who are vibe coding, and I hear about people using AI in every sector of business, but I want to acknowledge people's concerns. They're valid. I'm aware of this impact this could have on jobs across so many industries. I understand environmental concerns. I care deeply about local communities. Well, that's
Who doesn't?
I thought she didn't care about local communities.
And when I read her initial statement, I said, oh, this is a person who not only doesn't care about local communities, but hates local communities.
So I'm glad she cleared that up.
Me too. I feel good.
And I have concerns about impending AGI. The fuck's that?
Athletic Greens?
AG1? Maybe it said AG1.
I'm cracking up.
I don't believe computers should replace humanity. That's good.
Oh, I do. I think I actually do.
For a second, I thought she wanted me to become a computer.
A robot. Yeah.
I thought
I'm glad.
Okay. Cleared that up.
I actually really appreciate her clearing that up.
She said, I'm planning on learning as much as possible so that I'm educated about this technological revolution.
This is so stupid. Like, seriously, I just, like, people are so intent on, like, misunderstanding other people, especially celebrities. And so having to even release a statement as moronic as I support my local communities, like, I just wish she didn't, because, like, you're indulging behavior of people who, like, are forcing backlash and, like, just really intent on misunderstanding. So, like, while this is funny, like, I wish she wouldn't have even responded.
But I feel like maybe she doesn't support, like, distant communities.
Oh,
Like, she
maybe.
only supports communities that are local. What about foreign communities?
Oh, well, that's not very inclusive of her.
What about foreign communities?
Like, this is just words. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not a part of her local community, so she doesn't support me.
She definitely doesn't support you.
She definitely doesn't. Well, it's because redheads, we're obviously competitors. You know?
Competitive, yeah, of course.
But I
And
like
you're
to-
competitive in nature.
I like to think of myself as a Timothy. There's space for all of us.
Oh, speaking of, thank you. Did you see Charlize Theron was talking about Timothy's ballet thing? Girl, like, you're 4 months late.
Oh, God. I did see.
And she was really upset. And she was like, and you know what? I feel good about the fact that AI is going to take your job, but never the job of a performer on a stage.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
saw
oh my
that. She
God,
said-
just
and she
genuinely
literally
insufferable.
Said, I hope I see him. Like, it's on site.
It's on. Genuinely, like, that 30-second clip is just like why people in Hollywood can be so unlikable. Like, this is not a real problem.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not a real problem. It's really not. Few things
And it's like,
are.
we all hate AI, right? Until it comes for Timothy Chalamet's job.
Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
But he's not filming.
And that's us. I think we're done filming.
Yeah, right? Because we have no problem sitting with the secret lives of Mormon wives in her dress. But she's not filming. I'm sorry, like, that will forever be the lamest thing on planet Earth. I love him for that.
I do too. Step by
Well-
step, that vocal stim, as the children say, is going to rehabilitate his reputation.
Yeah. Well, the place looks beautiful. It always does.
Well,
Thank you.
It always
Should that be
does.
our new outro? Because I have to stop saying, like,
Yes.
Spotify. Okay, so it'll go like this. It'll take me a while, but thank you so much for listening to The Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories that you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Well, the place looks great. It always does. Thank you.
Love ya. Bye.